Did you know that a new proposal could significantly change the landscape of multifamily housing development in commercial zones? Welcome to the Multifamily Real Estate Insights podcast. I'm your host, Sandy MacKay. Let's get right to it. A recent proposal to allow multifamily housing as of right in commercial zones is stirring up quite a bit of controversy. The Connecticut State Legislature has introduced House Bill 5002, which aims to address homelessness and the housing shortage by permitting developers to build multifamily housing in commercial zones without the usual vetting and approval process by town land use boards, as reported by Bill Batar from the Connecticut Mirror. First Selectman Terry Rooney, along with other state officials including Senator Jason Perillo, Representative Tony Scott, and Senator Sujata Gadkar-Wilcox, have all voiced opposition to the bill. They argue that the bill overlooks whether the housing developments are compatible with the surrounding areas. Rooney specifically mentioned that Monroe, Connecticut, currently has a limited amount of multifamily residential zones, and this bill would expand multifamily development options beyond what the town has historically deemed consistent with their land use goals. Amidst growing opposition, Governor Ned Lamont is contemplating whether to call lawmakers into a special session to revise the bill before deciding to veto or sign it into law. The bill has been criticized for its top-down approach, which some argue could grant developers more power to bypass local input and potentially exploit neighborhoods. State Representative Tony Scott emphasized that the bill mandates 30 towns, based on population, to have a fair rent commission. He also criticized a pilot program within the bill that proposes direct cash payments to certain renters, arguing that voucher money should go directly to housing providers to maintain accountability and oversight. Senator Perillo has expressed concerns about the elimination of local zoning authority, relaxed parking requirements, and increased power for large-scale developers. He emphasized that local leaders, not state mandates, are best positioned to make land use decisions, as each community has its unique challenges. Senator Gadkar-Wilcox has also shared her concerns, highlighting that the bill's one-size-fits-all approach grants too much discretion to developers and lacks mechanisms for cities and towns to object when developments are not designated for affordable housing. She hopes her concerns, particularly about parking, will be addressed in future discussions. The Monroe Town Council is considering issuing a statement to the governor urging him to veto the bill. First Selectman Rooney has already sent a letter to Governor Lamont expressing the town's concerns, emphasizing that zoning is not a one-size-fits-all matter and that the bill's mandates could significantly impact Monroe's infrastructure and community character. Now let's talk about a crucial aspect of rental property investment in Canada, mortgage loan insurance for rental investments, specifically through Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, or CMHC. This insurance product is designed for investors purchasing 2 to 4 unit rental properties, offering a range of financing options to make these investments more accessible. CMHC Income Property Mortgage Loan Insurance provides flexibility in debt service qualification. Investors can use up to 50% of the gross rental income or a net rental income approach to determine their debt service qualification. This flexibility is beneficial as it allows borrowers to optimize their income potential when applying for a loan. Eligible borrowers for this insurance product include Canadian citizens, permanent residents, self-employed individuals, and corporate borrowers, as long as there's a personal guarantee or co-borrower involved. The property type covered includes non-owner occupied 2 to 4 unit rental properties, which opens doors for more investors to participate in the multifamily housing market. The loan-to-value ratio for these small rental loans can go up to 80%, with a minimum equity requirement of 20%. This means investors need to have at least 20% of the property's value as a down payment, which can come from various sources like savings, property sales, or even a non-repayable gift from a relative. The maximum purchase price or lending value for these properties is capped at $1 million, and the maximum amortization period allowed is 25 years. This ensures that the properties are affordable and manageable for investors over the long term. It's important to note that at least one borrower or guarantor must have a minimum credit score of 600. However, CMHC is open to considering alternative methods of establishing creditworthiness for those without a conventional credit history, which is a positive step towards inclusivity in the housing market. The debt service ratios are also an important consideration, with the gross debt service ratio capped at 39% and the total debt service ratio at 44%. These ratios ensure that borrowers are not over-leveraged and can maintain their financial health while investing in rental properties. For interest rates, the debt service ratios must be calculated using the greater of the contract interest rate plus 2% or 5.25%. This ensures a buffer for any potential interest rate fluctuations, providing a safety net for investors. CMHC also offers both single and progress advancing options for financing. With single advances, improvement costs should be less than or equal to 10% of the property's as-improved value, while progress advances are available for new construction financing or costs greater than 10% of the as-improved value. To wrap up, CMHC Income Property Mortgage Loan Insurance offers a comprehensive set of tools and options for investors looking to enter or expand in the rental property market. This product not only provides financial flexibility, but also supports sustainable investment in multifamily housing across Canada. Thank you for listening to the Multifamily Real Estate Insights podcast. I'm your host, Sandy MacKay. See you on the next one.